Hello, kings and queens. This is King Stevian checking in with the 100 kings and the 100 queens. That on the front right there is a vehicle that I did. See that in there. I couldn't even begin the vehicle until I took care of that for this person. But you know what? I donated a service just to take care of that hood right there, and then I was blessed with 2 new clients. So actually, no, 3 new clients. Take that back, 3. So I did this for free, you know, but this right here is messed up right there. So let me go over here. As you can see those drips and the paint it was being ate up. So what I did was I did a 2-stage buff on that. 1 compound, 1 wax, and bam, look at that. See that right there? That's your boy from the Outlaws there. Check him out later. It's gone. See the difference? Go over. Okay. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. I am here to talk about the 8832. Now, let's see. The purpose of this form, you can read the IRS document, the instructions. It'll tell you what it's for. It's for the classification, entity classification. On the directions, they define exactly what a corporation is, too. So any entity, they'll tell you in that any entity, I don't care if it's a sole proprietorship, it does not matter. It's still a corporation. Okay? And then they got one that they use for another country that they say is pretty much still a corporation. And they was talking to the other country on that one. But that's just to let you know that, yes, your name is a corporation. No matter if you roll this up real quick. No matter if you have your name done as an assumed name or a DBA, it's still a corporation, according to the IRS. But anyway, you're going to use this form to merge your domestic accounts, okay? The ones you have your tax ID numbers for. You're going to merge those into your 9-8 number. So if you got 10 businesses with a tax ID number, you're going to merge those all over to your 9-8. So you can also do your social. Now, this is just one that I'm doing. I'm doing it for the estate, taking it to the trust that's in Kenya. But I'm also going to do one for the social. I probably don't need to do it because the estate is that, but I'm going to do it to make sure. It's always best to know that you know that you know that you know. Okay? And so I'm going to do another one. Let's go ahead and get started for those that need the 8832. And much love to Queen Camilla and King Olajuwon. So right here, the name of the thing that you are transferring to the foreign estate. So if you got John's Athletics and you don't want the United States with that jurisdiction over John's Athletics, let's use your assumed name for a minute. You got a tax ID number for your assumed name, right? You went and got that. What you're going to do is put that name right there, if that's what it was, without the estate, of course. And you're going to put the tax ID number to that business right here. And I muted mine out. Y'all already saw it in another video, so it don't matter. I just don't want to keep putting it on there. You're going to put that there. You're going to put the address. Okay. Now, you're not going to check none of these boxes unless you're doing an address change. late classification, because it can't be past 75 days. If it's past 75 days, then that's a late election. And you got to check that box. Okay? So it says relief for late change of entity. Okay? Your address, you're going to spell it all the way out, and you're going to put near whatever the zip code is. You got that? Okay? Care of the street address, spell out the city and the state, and you're going to put near, in brackets, the zip code. Now, I'm going to go over it again just in case, because some people just don't want to get stuff. So I'm going to do it again. Even though you can rewind this back, I'm going to say it again. You're going to put it in all caps, okay? Putting it in lowercase. Some of y'all guys are just caught up on it. So I'm going to put it in lowercase. Man, they're going to take that and put it in uppercase anyway. Stop being so like you controlling stuff. You're not in their office. You can't control what they do. Their system's set up for this, for it can be in all caps. So go ahead and do it in all caps. Get used to it. All caps, name, if you're going to use your assumed name, and you're going to put the social or the actual entity tax ID number right there. So if you use your estate and you got your estate number, name and number, you're going to put that tax ID number right there. Okay? And you see I got an 85 number. Okay. Care of, and you're going to put your address, the city and state, you're going to spell all the way out, and then you're going to put some spaces there, near, and then you're going to put the zip code in brackets. Okay? Now, you're not going to check none of these unless you're doing an address change or unless it's a late classification. Okay? And remember, after 75 days, if you ain't had your 85 longer than 75 days, then you want to check that box. Relief for late change of entity classification election sought under Revenue Procedure 2010-32. And y'all look that up. It should be the definitions. Now, part 1, you're going to go down and you're going to check B, change in current classification. Okay, so you're taking it out of the really from being a sole priorityship anyway, into, because it becomes the estate. It's the social, the estate, and then you're taking it over to the trust, okay, which is the foreign trust. Okay, if you got that, because you are an estate anyway, and you're making it clear that this is a trust in a foreign jurisdiction, not under the United States jurisdiction. Okay. 2A, it says, has the eligible entity previously filed an election? Apparently not, within the last 60 months. Now, you're going to say no. And it says skip to 2B. Skip line 2B, go to 3. You're going to skip over that. You're going to go to 3. Does the eligible entity have more than one owner? Your answer should be no. And you're going to go to line 4. If the eligible entity has only one owner, provide the following information. So the owner of this estate is going to be who? The estate trust. That's the foreign entity in Kenya. So the identification number of the owner, which is Stevie Tyrone Thompson Estate Trust, is the 98 number, which is in another country. Okay? Foreign. Now, 5, if the eligible entity is owned by one or more affiliated corporations that file a consolidated return, provide the name and employer identification number of the parent corporation. Okay? And you don't need that. So, I'm going to go over to the next one. Next page. Make sure we got everything. Now, you're going to go to 6. You're going to check F, because it says type of entity. A foreign eligible entity with a single owner. Okay? And the reason you're checking that, because we just left from over here where it was one single owner. Okay? Now, 7. If the eligible party is created or organized in a foreign jurisdiction, provide the foreign country of organization. And mine is Nairobi, Kenya. That's where I do my business at. That's where I might be going. Not going to say it, but I got relations there. So 8, election is to be effective beginning. Now, I want to wait, because normally it takes, after your 9-8 number is taking effect, you ain't got it, it takes 2 weeks for it to kick in the system. So you want to make sure it meets that, okay? I'm giving it like a little extra week, okay? So you want to make sure if you're doing this, you want to wait 2 weeks after that 9-8 has been put in the IRS database. Do not do it immediately, okay? So, name and title of the person whom the IRS may call. And of course, it's King Stevian of CitySide, because that is the trustee. And then the phone number. Now I put the date. The date here is on the 10th. Okay, it ain't the 10th yet, but that's the date where I want it to take effect. I'm giving it enough time for it to kick in the system. Okay, the 9-8 number. But if you're in had your 9-8 and your 8-5 for over 2 weeks, then you can go ahead and do this process. Now, you put your signatures. You're married, put your husband or your spouse. Make sure they are on there. So you got King Stevian of CitySide, 8-4, and I'm the trustee. And then you got Stevie Thompson, which is the executor for what? Stevie Tyrone Thompson Estate. Because it was listed as the executor. So you want that to reflect on the record. Bam. Executor. When they go look it up, they'll see. Okay? But the person they're going to contact is King Stevian of CitySide. Okay? And that is on the 9-8 document anyway in their system. Okay? Now, the last page you don't have to worry about. So let's go back over and make sure we got everything. Okay? Got your phone number. Now, you don't need to worry about this last page unless you got a late election. Okay? You're going to say why you are here. You're going to put why you should have relief. You know, you might want to put taxes was filed late. You want the taxes to be filed before you do this merging. That's a good excuse because it would have cut down on all the confusion. But whatever you can think of. So we're going to go over now where to file. When and where to file. You see it says when to file. Generally, an election specifying an eligible entity's classification cannot take effect more than 75 days prior to the date the election is filed. Nor can it take effect later than after 12 months after the date the election is filed. An eligible entity may be eligible for late election relief in certain circumstances. For more information, see late election relief later. Okay? Look like they saying later, guy. Anyway, let's go up here. I just want to show y'all where y'all send y'all stuff to. Now, if you're in Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, where I am, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin, you're going to mail yours to Cincinnati, Ohio, 45999. Turn that upside down. What do you got? 666. It's starting off with 666. And if you add the 5 plus the 4, you got what again? Another 9, which upside down is a number 6. Okay? Y'all know about these numbers now. So people around here saying these numbers, these 999999999s on these 98 forms, documents, and these 85 numbers need to stop it. Go do your research on those numbers. Okay? Now, for Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, what is that? Oregon, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming, you are going to mail yours to Ogden, Utah. Okay, 84201. Now, it says a foreign country or U.S. possession, you're going to send it to, again, Ogden, Utah. Now, since I'm mailing mine from this address here, okay, I'm using this. Okay, it's not coming from Kenya, because my mailing address in the database is in the United States. That's my mailing address. That's where I do my mailings, receive the mailings. Okay? Not the physical location. So, hope that's it. Everybody got that? Form 8832.
In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. I got so much daddy. I